Hey guys, welcome back to part 14 where we're building Questionly. I've made a few changes. First I need to get the server up and running, so that's QAPI, that's done, and QApp. And I might also just get the code up as well. These are just some aliases I created a while back, and they just sort of open everything up for us, so everything should now be running. We got our question board model and our questions model. That's probably just not quite ready yet. If we went to our terminal. So let's wait for that. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. There we go. So we're still logged in. Yeah, one of the things I've noticed I might have to change. Actually, no, let's just leave that. Let's leave that. Ignore that. So what have we been working on? So we've obviously just been working on the dashboard mainly, and if we actually go to the code base, then we know that the dashboard mainly consists of like our board view, our boards view, create board, then our dashboard view as well, delete board. So anything to do with our boards, our question boards. So what have I done? What have I written down on Joplin? So we wanted to create the question board detail view. Now if you know about CRUD, then you know the detail view is just like the view of a particular board. So first of all, everything looks terrible right now, which I'm willing to accept. I don't even know if there should be a delete here. There should probably be anything to do with the board should be managed within the board detail, probably, and you should probably just be able to click on this. But it's something. So if we click on, questions to ask when releasing a YouTube video, and we click on the details, then it kind of looks like this. Again, there should probably be like a toggle menu. We don't want to see the delete button all the time, 24/7. So I wrote a question, who's my target audience? Remember what I said about questions being unique? If I try to do it again, a new question does not get added to the board, so that's behaving how I want it to be behaving. If I do add a new question, sort of like, I don't know what a good question would be. Who's my target audience? What do my viewers want? Submit. Then that question now gets added to the question board detail. Now if we want to delete a question at the moment, it actually deletes it from the database. Again, this is incorrect behavior. What I really want to do is just kill the association, so the question stays in the database, it's just no longer associated with this question board, and that way eventually we'll be able to do a sort of explore just a question mode. So maybe delete this question just to show that that's working. What else have I got? I mean, I know what I've got, but so we've got a question board detail view, which is pretty much what we just looked at. You should be able to add questions. They should only be creatable once. I can actually confirm that. I guess we can, if we go into our questions here, so we see some different questions that exist, and we'd be able to see their different associations. So the other question we just deleted doesn't exist twice, like you would expect it to exist if it didn't work. So we can actually, so that's working. I didn't explain that very well. But nevertheless, we can only create a question object once. Create a delete view for question board. Now, this is what we saw. There's no back button right now, so the navigation's a bit off. Like there's no way of getting directly back to the question board without clicking back, which is really annoying. So if I went on delete a question board, click delete here, and I've made this as a post. So are you sure you want to delete this board and take the questions to and all the questions on this board? And actually, probably again we don't want to delete the questions off of the database, just off the board, but yes, delete. And if you click take me back to safety, it takes you to the view, I think, which is, again, I don't know if that's correct behavior. That might be a bit weird. So we're starting to get some logic in here. I don't think it looks like, don't get me wrong, I don't think it feels nice yet. It obviously looks awful. If we inspect it, this is what it, so that I don't hate that, but it could definitely be better. So we've got a lot of work to do in terms of making it look nice, but all we've really got left in terms of you know, if you subscribe to the minimum viable product idea, then the only thing I really want left is a sort of explore feature, and in the explore feature we'll just be able to find different people's question boards, and maybe we can add different filtering options, and yeah, and I think this will really be useful. I'll be using something like this, questions to ask when releasing a YouTube video. I used to do this anyway. This series has been a bit different because I'm just building something, so it's not like a super high effort series. The effort is more on the coding and less on the video making. It's more a log. What else have we got? Should be able to delete questions from question board. So I've written initial version here because we're deleting the question from the database right now, which we don't want. Something else I noticed, another bullet point actually, was, whoops, let's not check that. I'm tempted to merge the two repositories. This will make writing tickets easier whilst using GitHub projects. It will also be easier to change this later. It will be easier to change this later, so for now I'll keep it separate. That's essentially what I'm saying there. So remember we had, if we go on our repositories, we have the Questionly app and we have Questionly, and right now they're separate repositories, and the way GitHub works is the project is associated with a repository. So we've got projects for Questionly, and in here I've got a bunch of issues. So we've got 4 issues that we could look at. So when a user deletes a question on a board, it should not delete the question from the database. Different home page when the user signed in. I don't think it makes sense to, if you're signed in and you click the home button, I don't think it makes sense to come to this page. I think it makes more sense to maybe come here or something. I can think about that a bit more. Question board names should be unique for a particular user. So again, I don't think I'm enforcing this. Oh, I didn't even show you add a new board, I think. So questions to ask every morning. So if I do this, right now it actually allows me to do that, which I don't like at all. So that's something that needs to change. And add a sign out option, of course, which will be in like my account or somewhere in a drop down or something. So those are the issues on Questionly. And basically what I was saying with that is to merge these together, and then that way we'd only have one question board. If I go on projects, so we'd have one project board, essentially one Kanban to manage everything. So there's some issues that I've not done anything with. Allow people to suggest questions to add on public boards. That might be an idea, but probably post-launch. Add some JS to reward people for asking a question for the first time. You know, just something like, people like those feedback loops, like make them feel nice, make them feel special. So something like that. But making progress, as always, even if it's slow. Next thing I want to do is explore, because we do have the functionality now, right? I can actually, there's a few things I've already said. So before doing the explore view, the main thing I want to be able to do is a user should only be able to create one question board of a certain title, and on top of that, when a question is deleted, it should not be deleted from the database, because that's just silly. Then we can go on to explore, and then we've essentially got our MVP, and we can launch. I mean, I don't know if I'll launch. There's probably a bunch of other stuff I need to do, like sort of forgot my password, forgot my email, all that stuff, legal pages probably, cookies. I don't really know the details of all of that stuff, so we'll see about that. But there needs to be some core sort of things that you can do with any website, and then we've got the most terrible initial version of this service, product, whatever you want to call it, that we can physically have. And at that point I'll probably try to put it live on a server, but I need to have like a proper staging environment and a Git flow to make sure that I'm not just changing code on a live server. I guess I can keep, yeah, I'll play with the deployment and stuff, which I've not done too much of, but I've done a tiny bit of, so hopefully it'll be okay. Be using DigitalOcean, G-Unicorn, Nginx, so just setting up like that. Yeah, nice. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.